Students and staff in NSW will no longer be required to take twice-weekly Rapid Antigen Tests (RAT) after this week. Key points: students and staff have had to take 2 rapid tests a week since the start of Term 1. Students and staff have had to take 2 rapid tests a week since the start of Term 1. 8 RAT kits will still be offered to staff and students to be used as required. 8 RAT kits will still be offered to staff and students to be used as required. NSW recorded 21 new COVID deaths in the 24 hours to 4 p.m. yesterday. From Monday, February 28th, students and staff will only need to take a rapid test if they have symptoms. The NSW government has said it would still be offering 8 RAT kits per student and staff member to be used as required. Students and staff have been asked to take a COVID-19 test at home 2 mornings a week before going to school since the start of Term 1. Premier Dominic Perrottet said RATs had played a big part in getting children back into the classroom. It was vital we got our students back in the classroom after 2 years of disruption to their education, social lives and well-being, and RATs have played an important part in enabling their safe return, Mr. Perrottet said. We are therefore providing every student and staff member across the state with another 8 RATs for them to use at their discretion when they consider necessary, following a 4-week program of surveillance testing. The packs are there for families and staff to use at their discretion for their own peace of mind. For example, when a student is feeling unwell with a sore throat or cough, or if family members are sick. Minister for Education Sarah Mitchell said over 90% of parents had been using the RATs provided. It is important we help students, staff and families retain their levels of confidence as we get back to a more normal school life, Ms. Mitchell said. We know our measures work. Transmission in schools is extremely low, and there have been no school closures since students returned this year, despite the levels of community transmission. Data from the NSW Department of Education last week revealed more than 20,000 school children had tested positive for COVID-19 in the first 2 weeks of the school year, and the number of cases among students was rising rapidly, with an almost 50% increase between Week 1 and Week 2. Most recently, the whole of Year 3 at Carlingford West Public School was sent home for 3 days after a COVID-19 outbreak. In an abundance of caution, the school has asked the Year 3 cohort to learn from home for 3 days, a NSW education spokesperson said. The students will be supported in their learning at home by teachers from the school using school-developed programs. The students are due back at school on Monday. It was unclear if this was the first incident of children being sent home due to COVID this year. Mr. Perrottet last week eased a number of COVID restrictions, including the scrapping of QR codes for most venues. From Friday, February 25th, masks will no longer be mandatory in most indoor settings. NSW this morning reported 21 COVID-19 deaths in the 24 hours to 4 p.m. yesterday. There are 1,280 people with the virus in hospital, of which 77 are in ICU. There were 5,582 new cases confirmed in the reporting period, 3,866 RAT, 1,716 PCR. M to mute, left and right arrows to seek, up and down arrows for volume. Watch 2 minutes 3 seconds 2 minutes, and 3 seconds data shows many older Australians haven't had their booster.